What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, and welcome to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle. Today we are here for again, another random draft league game. We are playing today against Padmac and the Sacramento Sandslash. Padmac is using a team that he's used in a different league, and we are using our team from, I believe this one is a BBR season number 2. This is actually our first ever title team for Generation 8, and I'm very excited to be using this team once again. It just was absolutely such an amazing blast to use, and hopefully we can get a nice W today and bring you guys a really cool battle. So if you guys see the team, you guys see the team that my opponent has, and our team, it's basically what I like to do. It's a lot of momentum with a lot of breakers. We've got 3 amazing breakers that pressure water types like the Urshifu Rapid Strike, the Cinderace, the Mamoswine. We then have great breakers of those water types in the Roserade and the Vikavolt. Gardevoir is just a generic check to a lot of different things on the, fighting type Pokemon, generic fighting type check, but it's also a really good special attacker. And then Copperajah, Vullaby, Durant, and Haunter, they were all just like, honestly, if I could have redone this team, I would have, and I would have changed the last 4 Pokemon. The first 6, I think, were absolutely fantastic. But hey, let's go and jump into it. My opponent's team, he was really set to use this team, Padmac was. So I think the Latios is definitely one of the biggest Pokemon, biggest threats he has to bring in this game. Definitely scary with 110 base speed and everything. The Lucario is terrifying, and of course the Blastoise as well. Blastoise is very scary because my Roserade and my Vikavolt, I feel like, are really bad in this matchup, and because of that, I'm actually not bringing either of them. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Starting off with our very first Maul, we are bringing our Cinderace here, which is going to be running a Power Ball, U-Turn, Super Fang, and Core Change with the heavy-duty boots. I'm running boots because I feel like these Toxic Spikes are a definite possibility since Roserade's matchup is pretty shit in this game, considering that Lucario comes in and kind of does whatever it wants against it. The Nidoking can take a hit from anything, even though it's got extra sensory. Same deal with the Salazzle, and the Latios obviously outspeeds and can just break through it pretty easily as well. I want to be very careful with what I brought, so I think that Toxic Spikes on the Nidoking and Rocks on the Nidoking or on the Runerigus could definitely be coming here. So Core Change, in my opinion, was very good. We have very little speed on this Pokemon here. Actually, no, this is actually enough speed on this Pokemon, excuse me, for the Latios. That's what this Pokemon is here for. Super Fang is there for defensive Blastoise because that thing is a problem. It's also good for the type Null and the Alolan Persian, and then Power Ball can cook those things, which is really cool here, especially for Blaze. Next up is going to be our Mamoswine here. We're running AV Mamo as a way to counteract the, it's AV and it's Thick Fat as well, which is really good because it can help counteract the Flamethrower from the Nidoking and from the Salazzle. It'll let us take a hit basically from anything from the Latios. So I don't always have to go for a shot. I can go for a knockoff or something if I really need to. Helps us out with special Lucario and of course the Blastoise as well. We don't need any speed on this Pokemon. We're not running any speed because the speed tiers that my opponent has are kind of wonky. Just below Mamoswine is going to be the Blastoise at 78 base speed, but I'll be honest, I think it's defensive Blastoise. And I don't mind being outsped by it because I can just break through anyways, and the whole point of it is just to break it. And I think that I could probably go for a flip turn at the absolute worst case scenario, and it's going to be switching into me anyway, so I don't feel like I need the speed at all. And everything below the Blastoise is like Eldegoss, Type Null, Clefairy, and the what is it called, Runerigus, all of which I don't need speed for at all. So I feel good about this set here and the investment. Next is going to be Urshifu Rapid Strike. This is a Pokemon that I do care about the investment for. We're running Choice Scarf this week with enough speed on this Pokemon for the Lucario. We're running Certain Strikes as a way to break through as much as we can. U-Turn is going to be the move we click pretty much all the time. Close Combat is really good against something like the Persian or against the Blastoise. Drain Punch is there as just a generic 4th move to have. I really had a hard time figuring out which move I wanted. I think Drain Punch just kind of fit the bill. It was just the best move I could possibly think of for this situation that we are in. But in general, the investment that we have is really just the speed for the Lucario, which is a huge threat to my team. Next up is going to be our Gardevoir. We're running a weird Gardevoir set. We're running a decently speedy, well, no, it's not really decently speedy, but it's an 80 base speed Pokemon with Trick Room, and we're not running Teleports, and you can kind of see where this is going. Moonblast, Psychic, and Focus Blast are our attacking moves of choice. The Moonblast is really good against everything. He only has resists in the Nidoking, and the Salazzle, and that's it. And Psychic will be able to cook those 2 Pokemon. The issue is Type Null is a thing, and that's a problem. So I had to run Focus Blast, I feel, for that thing. We have Trick Room there for our next Pokemon. And again, same deal with Mamoswine, it's the same base speed. We don't need speed on this Pokemon. However, the investment we have with our Babiri Berry and our HP allows us to take a Jolly Meteor Mash from Life Orb Lucario after Rocks, or an Adamant one without Rocks, which is really cool here. And the rest are just shoved into the speed in case it was like a small speed investment Blastoise. That was really the main reason why. And we have Trace here for Levitate on Latios, Fur Coat on Persian, could be kind of useful for Sheer Force on Nidoking. Lucario has access to, I believe it's going to be Steadfast. That could work for me. And then there's Regen on Eldegoss. And yeah, and Levitate, I guess, on Rotom as well. So there's just a couple of really good abilities that I really would like to have traced to Gardevoir. Our next mod is going to be our Copperajah, which has the Sheer Force and the Chople Berry this week. Chople Berry is there for the Lucario, mostly, I guess, Aura Sphere on the Latios. Play Rough is really good against a lot of the Pokemon here. The Persian, Latios is good against something like the Lucario in really, well, niche situations if I need to go for that, not for like, well, I don't know, on the switching. It's going to switch against that. We have Power Up there for the Blastoise because, again, the answers to the Blastoise is going to be doing a lot of heavy lifting this week defensively. So having Power Up on this is really important to free up my first 3 Pokemon. Superpower is there for the Persian and the type Null mostly, but then we have Earthquake for the Lucario and, of course, the 2 poison types as well. Again, no speed investment needed on this Pokemon. I'm not going to go min speed, negative speed nature because I don't feel like I need to. I'd rather just go with the max HP, max attack, and if I outspeed something, cool, I outspeed something. It is what it is. Our next mon is going to be, I was having a hard time figuring this one out, but I decided to go with Durant here, and the reason I went with Durant is because I didn't like the Roserade and I didn't like the Vikavolt here. If I was going to bring Vikavolt, it was going to be for webs, but then running Core Change, I didn't think it was that worth it. I didn't want to deal with spikes or rocks as much, so I felt like this was the best option for me. We're running sub on the Durant here because I think this Pokemon forces a lot of switch-ins. If this is against, like, I don't know, Rotom Wash, Nidoking, potentially even if something like the Lucario, if it's Salazzle that's for some reason choice locked into a poison move, depending on the Latios set Latios, because it could be fearing the first impression, so I can go for a free sub against that thing as it switches out. And if it decides to stay in, then my sub will take the hit. I'll go for X Scissor, and because I'm at Life Orb, Hustle X Scissor, I'll be able to do a shit ton of damage and get the KO on the Latios. The investment we have on this Pokemon is there for, I believe it is the Lucario as well. We decided not to bother creeping like modest Latios or something like that, because I felt like this Pokemon just, it does enough right now. It does a lot of good things for me, and I can break through really well with the Pokemon that is adamant nature, hustle boosted, Life Orb attacks. That was my play going into it, and I'm hoping that this can do really good things for us. So guys, if you enjoyed the team builder portion of this video, make sure to stick around for the actual battle itself, which will be happening just shortly. As always, guys, make sure to leave a like on the video as well. We are aiming for 50 likes on the content, and I will see you guys tomorrow, by the way, for more content, because we're uploading daily throughout all of November. And if you guys have enjoyed so far, make sure to comment the secret word of the day, which is going to be chicken fried rice, because I made that for the first time in ages, and I really do enjoy it. So comment that down below, and we're going to go ahead and jump on into it. It is time to battle. All right, everyone, we are back, and this is a very interesting team. Eldegoss is on the screen, as well as Runerigus. Okay, but there is the Blastoise, there's the Latios, which we definitely expected. No Nidoking is actually very surprising to me, so it's Salazzle instead, and there is no type Null as well. I was so confident that type Null was going to come. Okay, well, the Pokemon we knew were going to come were going to be Blastoise, Lucario, and Latios. We were super sure about those things. Runerigus and Eldegoss are definitely a surprise. I was expecting at least one of the poison types that comes, but I was expecting it to be Nidoking and not the Salazzle. But hey, it is what it is. What is my lead going to be here? I think the lead of, like, honestly, Cinderace makes a lot of sense here. I just don't want to be, absolutely bamboozled by the I don't want to be like destroyed by the Blastoise as a lead. I think I can lead off with Gardevoir pretty effectively here. I can also lead off with Durant. I think that's a solid lead, so I can break through basically anything, unless it's, of course, the Salazzle, which is obviously problematic. If Salazzle does come as the lead, do I just go Mamoswine? I think that AV. I think I'm just going to lead off with Mamo here. Mamo's not as useful as I'd like it to be because there's no Nidoking, and I guess like the most that's gonna be useful for is like Ice Shard on the Eldegoss. I know like Runerigus, like everything basically hates Mamoswine here, but I kind of have to go with it, I feel, because it'll take any hit from like something like the Blastoise, which is really important, I think. So let's see what the lead is going to be here. I'm hoping that the lead is not like Lucario. That's like the worst case scenario. I don't think it would be Lucario. It doesn't make any sense for it to be, because that Pokemon is really important to keep in the back and bring for like strategic opportunities. But Ninja is the lead here, which is going to be Blastoise. Okay, so it is Blastoise here. If I go to my Mamoswine against a Blastoise, I'm adamant. If it is for some reason max defense, max HP, and it's bold nature, then we do 36 to 43 here with Earthquake. And I'm just going to go for it here. If it's got no attack investment at all, and we see a Scald, that's going to do 44 max. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake here. We do outspeed, so we know it's like defensive for sure. So Earthquake will come out doing about just over a quarter. Just over a third, excuse me. There's the Scald. The punish is the burn. Of course, you know, when I was in the YCL, I was going for like 10, 15 Scalds, one burn. That's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Well, here I go click my knockoff. That's my best play here, and I just kind of go from there. I want to get rid of the leftovers on this thing. That's the best thing I can do at this point in time. I got the damage off on it. It's burnt. It'll be taking like 12% from this. We're going to see him stay in, catch the knockoff, so gets rid of the leftovers, which is nice. Then we're going to see another Scald come out, which is fine. Yeah, just super unfortunate there. Like, I would like to have this Mamoswine around. The issue is just, like, Blastoise is way too important to get rid of, and if I didn't get burnt there, I was in such an amazing position. Such an amazing position. I'll just go for an Earthquake here. My safest play. He swaps out. If he goes Latios here, that's a great play. Star Fox. Latios, right? Luke. Oh my god, we're gonna hit this thing with an Earthquake. Oh, it's Air Balloon, you dick. Okay. Alright, it's a pretty good play. It's a pretty good play. So Air Balloon on the Lucario. Alright. What is my play going to be? I can go into Cinderace here. I think that's the safest play, honestly. Yeah, safest play overall. How much do we do to Blastoise? Cinderace, Powerball, 18 to 22. It's not enough. We just go for our U-turn here. Heart Swap, as we expected. Yeah, there's no reason he stays in here. Cursed comes in, so that's the Runerigus, right? Yeah. So let me take a look quickly at Runerigus. Defensive Runerigus, if it's max HP, this will do 6 to 7%. Yeah, if it was like fully, they'll swap, right? So he has Blaze now. If it was like fully defensive, we do a 32 to 38 with Pyro Ball. So we have to keep it. We have to leave this Pokemon a bit more before Pyro Ball becomes useful. But I can go into MattOshea here and click Power Whip, I believe. How much is that going to do to this? MattOshea Power Whip does 50 to 60. Yeah. I can go to Durant here, which doesn't make much sense. I can go over Shifu, which is probably my best bet. There is Eldegoss, which could have the Rocky Helmet, to be honest. Cotton Down, what is that? That reduces my defense, right? Or my speed. Yeah, it has Regenerated too. I think I'm just going to go over Shifu here. We just go over Shifu. And I think my play here, as much as I want to click like... Surging Strikes here, I don't think I can. Because I think the Eldegoss comes in. I kind of want to keep forcing things out. So we're going to go for a... I mean, if Eldegoss comes in, what am I worried about? It being Helmet. If it's Helmet Eldegoss, that's obviously like the worst case scenario for me. I'll just go for the U-turn here. Swaps out. Probably Eldegoss or Blastoise here. Blastoise. Okay, so we're going to catch the thing with a U-turn, which is nice. It'll be under half, which is, again, really good for us. And now I can go into, like... I guess I can go Gardevoir here. Gardevoir is a decent bring. Yeah, Gardevoir is a decent bring here. And I can fire off a Moonblast against this. If I go Gardevoir against the Blastoise here. We trace Torrent. Cool. Moonblast to max HP will do 45. Psychic will do 42. Is there anything that I'm worried about like coming in? I think I have to go for like a Psychic here. I'm going to go for the Psychic here. So that way it can't be like a hard swap into Salazzle. Swaps out. Is it Eldegoss? Because Eldegoss is very specially defensive. Curse. No, it's this thing instead. I'm fine with this. This will do good damage to the Runerigus here. We are modest. Runerigus. How much are you taking from this? It's not bad. It's not bad. So Runerigus with like Poltergeist against me. Poltergeist. It has a roll to Okami. Great. Just fantastic. I think though, like why would he go for Poltergeist against me? I have no resist. I feel like this is a rocker though. And he tries to get up hazards here. I'll go for the Moonblast here. I'll go for the Moonblast. So Moonblast comes out. As long as he doesn't click Poltergeist, I think we're good. Yeah. So it's like 2 rolls to live this hit. We don't. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I was thinking he's gonna go for rocks there. I just have to get everything in range of like Cinderace, really. That's kind of my game plan here because at this point in time, nothing appreciates Cinderace. Nothing at all. So speaking of which, let's just go Cinderace here. Because Pyro Ball will get the KO on this. If it's max defense, max HP, Pyro Ball does 32 to 38. So Pyro Ball. It's going to stay in, and we are going to connect. So this will be a dead Runerigus, which means there's no hazards up, I believe, on this side of the field. So our core change is kind of useless now. What's coming in here? I missed it. It is Ninja. Okay, so obviously a U-turn is the play here. Nothing else really makes sense. I'm just going to go for the U-turn. How much does Scald do to me, by the way? Just double check that. I can't. I just got to go for U-turn. What will we go into here, though? Does it have to be... Does it have to be Durant? I don't want it to be Durant. It might have to be, though. No, it doesn't have to be Durant. You know, the punish is a Scald Burn, obviously. I think Copper Raja is the least amount of usefulness, so I'm going to go into Copper Raja. I just don't want to get burnt on my Urshifu. There's the Scald. Big damage there. No burn right away, which is good news for me. I can go for a Power Whip here pretty freely. I can go for an Earthquake, get some chip. Because that also would protect me against the incoming Salazzle. How much should we do to Blastoise? Max defense Blastoise. Blastoise. Level 50. Max HP, max defense. Bold against my Copper Raja. Earthquake does 24 to 29 here. That's definitely in range. If I get burnt, obviously I'm not in range, but this is in range for sure. We're going to see another Scald. Can we avoid the burn, please? Nice. We avoid the burn, so this will be a dead Blastoise. Great. Copper Raja getting a kill. Let's go. What's coming in here? I missed it again. Lucario. That's fine. I have superpower for this. If it tries to, for whatever reason, set up on me, I have the superpower and I'll go for that. That'll be big damage and ideally get a KO on it. Close combat comes out. Okay, so that's fine. He's going to reduce his defenses as well, which is fine with me. Do I just go for a close combat here with Scarf or Shifu? No. I think I just have to go into Cinderace again. So we're down to 3 mons left, but they're all breakers. I just have like no switches to anything anymore, which is a problem. We go Cinderace here. We click Pyro Ball. Something basically gets us. Is either sacks off. He sacks off something, or he goes into like Salazzle here. And Salazzle will outspeed me. I decided not to creep it. Extreme speed. Yuck. Yeah. Big damage there. Pyro Ball does connect. So that's getting rid of this thing here. If I can get up a sub, that's great news. That's great news. How much is Cinderace taking from like Latios' Scarf Psychic or something? Psychic does 59 to 70. Well, there's Latios. Yeah, it's like a roll here. Does he go into... Because like right now the issue is I kind of get shit on. I kind of get shit on by Eldegoss in the end game with Urshifu. I'm just going to go for the U-turn here. So he's not Scarf, which is good to know. If he fires off an Agility right now, that's like terrible news for me. Is that Citrus Berry? Defense boosting berry. Okay, cool. Defense boosting berry. I think here, if I go this thing here, Urshifu is like the least. I say it's the least useful, but it's also really useful. I gotta go into it in case he doesn't boost it. Urshifu has higher attack. Recover. Yuck. That's kind of gross. Not gonna lie, that's kind of gross. Okay. We'll go for a U-turn here. This will do even less now. Gross! It's gonna set up all over me. I'm gonna go into Durant now. I don't think a Fire move comes out. I think if anything, it's another Recover maybe. Psychic. Okay. So this is resisted, but you're gonna see it's gonna do an absolute fuck ton of damage. Yeah, there you go. And now here, I'm gonna go ahead and click my sub. I'm expecting protect, a swap, something. First impression is coming out. First impression is coming out. Be ready for it. Oh, come on. Come on. Wow, didn't even bother risking it. Okay, that sucks. I'll go for like a bunch of Super Fangs on this, I guess, is what I can do. I go for like Pyro Ball. I don't know. I try and get a burn maybe. Let's Pyro Ball and then we'll click like Sucker Punch. I don't know. Or what is it called? I can't think of the name of it. Oh my god. Super Fang. Psychics me. That's fine. If I take this hit, that's huge. Ah, we live it. Okay, I don't think we kill this thing now, but if we could, that'd be amazing. Come on. Can we get the KO on this? Because that'll be game winning. Oh, my heart, no. Oh, my heart. How sad. That's unfortunate. Unless we can somehow take this hit from the Psychic. I know we do, but I feel he just goes for recovery here as the safest play. Yeah, so he's got it. He's got it here. Nothing else I can do. I mean, how much are crits doing? Ah, +1. It's doing more. The crits are doing more. I'll just go for the crit. I mean, I can crit the U-turn. No, crit U-turn does more all the time. So I'll go for U-turn here. And hope I get the crits on that. Nope. I gotta get one crit. I gotta get one crit. But him going for Mystical Fire there was definitely to his advantage. Yeah. Recovers. How do I want to play this? I can go for another Psychic. But I'm Scarfed. That's not going to matter. Like a Super Fang, I mean. Super Fang here. Gotta keep it low enough and give myself a chance, I guess. Yeah, that's game over anyways. There you go. If I got the Super Fang off, it doesn't matter anyways, because even if I go for a U-turn, he has Salaz, which resists the U-turn itself. So I'd have to go for... Yeah, I have no good out there. I have no good out. But yeah, the nice on the Latios with the Key Berry there, it worked out really well for him. And he's gonna get a W here. I think obviously the turn 1, if I don't get burnt with my what's it called, Mamoswine turn 1, then it's a much different game, obviously. That's just how the game goes sometimes. Okay, you get burnt in the first Scald, is what it is. But my team was very weak to Scald, my team was very weak to Blastoise. I feel like I should have brought a bit more to it. That's what happens. In games like this, where you're not playing 100%, you just have some mocks. You don't have any mocks, and you just like kind of go into it and see what you can do. You get kind of, well, you get fucked sometimes. That just happens. GG's to Pat, he got it. The Blastoise set was really good. Lucario set with the getting the extreme speed off was obviously really nice. Latios MVP for sure. Him getting the me not having an answer to Rune Rodriguez was solid as well. I think had I honestly in a rematch of this, or if I actually went a bit more intense with this build, I think I probably would have gone with Vikavolt instead of MattOshea, because I could have had something a bit more defensive to handle the Rune Rodriguez, because I didn't bring an immunity to ground. That thing is very scary. I don't have a resist to dark on the team other than the Vullaby. Not great, obviously. So I feel like if I had the Vikavolt around, that would have been really nice for me. I could have also gone for Bug Buzz against Latios, which would have been really good, instead of relying on a lot of physical moves. And that would have been good for Blastoise as well. But hey, it is what it is. We take the loss this time around. If you guys have been enjoying the daily content, let me know down in the comments below. If you guys have also been enjoying the just random battles too, that'd be great as well. If you want to see other competitors, other players, let me know who you want me to see, who you want me to see me play down as well. Make sure to leave a like on the video. Shout out to our YouTube channel members as well. We have 6 of them. Our level 1s are Liv, Eric, Zeke, and Texas Man. Our level 2 is Tone. Our level 3 is Sully. Thank you all 6 of you guys for your support, and thank you all as well for watching. And if you're not a channel member, I really do appreciate your support nonetheless. GG's to Pat. Leave a like, comment, subscribe to all that good stuff, and I will see you guys all tomorrow.